Hey, let's talk about something that might hit a little close to home. You're the one who keeps things calm, the one who smooths it over, the one who makes sure everyone else is okay. You're probably kind, considerate, emotionally intelligent. People trust you, they lean on you. But here's the part most people don't see. Sometimes being the nice one isn't actually care. It's just what you learned to do to avoid what you didn't know how to feel. Let's slow that down together. Because being nice isn't always rooted in kindness. Sometimes it's a form of emotional self-protection. When we were young, most of us figured out, whether we realized it or not, what helped us stay safe in the emotional environments we grew up in. For some, it was silence. For others, it was staying small. And for many, it was being nice. Nice kept the peace. Nice made sure no one got upset. Nice helped you stay out of the line of fire, even if the fire was just emotional disapproval. But what started as survival becomes automatic. Now, as an adult, you might still catch yourself smiling when you're upset, saying it's fine when it's clearly not, agreeing to things you don't want to do. And you might think you're being kind, but deep down, you're just trying to avoid the fallout. Let's name what's really happening. When you're in a situation that feels tense, whether it's a disagreement, a request you want to say no to, or someone misreading you, your system starts to scan for danger. And for a lot of high-functioning people, niceness becomes the escape route. It's the strategy your body reaches for when things feel unsafe. Not unsafe in the traditional sense, unsafe in the emotional sense. Rejection, judgment, disconnection. So instead of sitting in that discomfort, you shift, you soften. You say what you think they want to hear. And the moment passes, but something in you contracts. That tension you carry in your chest, that irritability that shows up later, that quiet voice that says, "Why do I always do this?" That's the cost. Niceness gave you safety, but it cost you alignment. Let's clear something up. Kindness and niceness are not the same thing. Kindness comes from wholeness. Niceness comes from fear. Kindness has boundaries. Niceness avoids them. Kindness says the hard thing with love. Niceness says the easy thing to avoid discomfort. I once worked with someone who always played mediator between her siblings. She'd deflect, lighten the mood, make a joke when things got tense, and everyone called her the peacemaker. But she didn't feel peaceful. She felt exhausted because what they called peace was just her absorbing everyone else's emotions. She wasn't choosing to care. She was trained to carry. And until she saw the difference, she couldn't put it down. The urge to be nice is rarely about the other person. It's about you, about what you don't want to feel, about the discomfort that arises when you imagine being misunderstood, the anxiety that kicks in when someone's even slightly disappointed in you, the guilt that rushes up when you think about saying no. So instead of feeling any of that, you please, you perform, you overfunction. But what if that discomfort isn't something to run from? What if it's something to train? Because here's what I've found. When you can sit with the discomfort of being misread, you unlock freedom. When you can stay with the guilt of saying no without collapsing into it, you unlock power. And when you stop trying to manage how everyone else feels, you finally get to feel yourself. This isn't about swinging to the other extreme. You don't have to become blunt or cold or hard. You don't have to speak your truth in a way that burns bridges. This is subtler than that. It's a quiet practice of checking in. Before you say yes, pause. Before you apologize, check. Did you actually do something wrong? Before you rush into help, ask, do I have the energy to give this without resentment? And maybe for a moment, just feel the emotion you're trying to skip past. That little wave of awkwardness, that pulse of fear, that ache of potential conflict. Just feel it. That's the doorway to your actual self. Because when you stop performing care, you start becoming real. If you slow down right now, what moment from your day pops up? Where did you say yes when your body said no? Where did you shrink, smooth over, or smile through tension? And what would it feel like to just notice that? Not judge it, but recognize it as training ground. If that brings something up or opens up something, drop a comment. I'd love to hear what landed for you. And if you're ready to train this inner space with the same structure and intention you bring to your work, your body, your goals, I've built a system for that. It helps you retrain how you think, how you feel, and how your nervous system responds under pressure. So you don't just learn about your patterns, you actually shift them. The link's below. If you're on Instagram, I share insights like this several times a week over at Mike Wang Coaching. And if you want more practical reflections and tools each week, you can sign up for the newsletter below. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening deeply. And thanks for training the version of you that doesn't just survive discomfort, but grows through it. I'll see you in the next video.